Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm finally going to kick out a new video on tying Puget Sound sea run cutthroat flies. It's been almost 2 months, I think, since I've made a video. As I mentioned in a couple other videos, I work as a deckhand over the summer out of Westport, Washington. And so about mid-April, I started the transition of kind of moving down here. I've been working, not every day, but enough to keep me pretty busy. And then, between that and slowly moving down here, getting all my tying materials down here and set up. And then we didn't have Wi-Fi at the house for quite a while. We finally got that turned on, and basically just super busy. But finally kind of got situated here and thought I'd kick out a video today. I haven't been able to do a whole lot of fly fishing since I've been down here. I've been out on the ocean fishing, but not fly fishing. The few times that I have got out with my buddy on his boat, there's been tons of Sandlance in Puget Sound, so I thought I would do this little Sandlance pattern. Real simple pattern. Found this while looking online on YouTube one night a while back, this particular style, and kind of dug it. So thought I'd been tying a lot of these the last week or two, so I thought I would just kick one out today. This real basic pattern uses 3 colors of Senyo Predator wrap, some Pearl Easy braid, some eyeballs, and some UV resin. You could definitely use any kind of materials, any color combinations, different body stuff. But for this one, I want the real long and narrow and sparse kind of Sandlance profile. You can definitely use thicker UV resins, build up different body shapes, whatever floats your boat, just using the same type of the steps. But real effective little pattern, very durable and very easy to tie, which is sort of my criteria. So to get started, I've got a Tiemco 811S hook. I've not mashed the barb just because I cannot find my little pliers anywhere, so don't anybody yell at me for that. And I'm using some mono thread. I don't remember what size this is. I like using mono thread for any of this type of fly, surf candies, this kind of thing, just because it lets the materials kind of shine through. You could definitely use whatever color thread you want and get that look, but this is just my preference. So to get started, as usual, just lay down a thread base here. See, my vise is wanting to wobble for some reason. Just run that back. Been seeing just tons and tons and tons of Sandlance in Puget Sound. It's been crazy. Last time I was out, there was schools, 60, 70 yards long, just thick. But so to start, for the belly, I'm going with some, this is like pearl or clear, I can't totally remember, Senyo Predator wrap. I've been using this stuff for lots and lots of flies. I really, really like this stuff. It moves well, it's got good color, good kind of translucent. I like everything about this material. I really can't say enough good things about this stuff. So I'm going to tie this in right behind the eye. I'm going to keep this one, I'm going to try to go this about 3 inches or so total. This is just to match sort of the size of the Sandlance that I've been seeing lately. They definitely will get bigger and smaller at times, so you could tie these in bunch of different sizes. And like I said, I tie them in just a general like pink, white, and chartreuse tractor style colors, and they're extremely effective. So I'm just going to tie that right down on top of the hook shank. Then I have some this is blue, black, and silver Predator wrap. Going to be my next color. I've got these just a variety of colors. I really like this particular. Now, for trying to make this really sparse, I'm not using many strands of this stuff. I don't want to have a big thick fly. If you've ever seen a Sandlance, they're very small, very narrow. I want to try to get each layer just slightly longer than the one underneath it. So I'll just tie this in right on top of that. good. And then on the top I've got some, this is like a barred grizzly, you know, black and silvery, just to kind of give it that darker back. I was just looking at a picture of a Sandlance that I took recently. I had one in my hand, and it kind of had a bluish, purplish tint, sort of in the middle, and then but the back is definitely darker. So this works pretty well for that. Again, not going crazy with materials. Keep it pretty sparse. One of the biggest mistakes I think fly tyers make, especially when we're just learning, is we think we need to use a ton of materials, and 9 times out of 10 less is better. Okay, so that's pretty much it on the tying materials portion of it. I'm going to give this a quick whip finish. Now I'm going to take a little chunk of this easy braid. This is a small size, I believe. I'm going to take a lighter and I'm going to just kind of singe the ends to keep it from unfraying, you know, fraying out and unraveling. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to make one cut about half an inch, give or take. Then with the cut side down, I'm just going to slide that right over the hook. And you can see that cut allows it to kind of go over the bend of the hook right here. Now I'm going to take my thread again, come in right behind the eye of the hook, and tie this down. I apologize that my vise is shaking and it's not quite as good a setup as I have at home. I have to tie in my bedroom down here because I share this house with 4 other people, and it's a little noisy, and I have to I'm tying on an end table because it's the only thing I have that. Just cut that there just to make it a little easier. So I've got a bunch of wraps, kind of cinching that down tight. I'm going to do another whip finish. And then I'm just going to trim off this excess as best I can. It's kind of a hassle. Take my lighter again, and I'll just kind of singe those little frayed ends back just to kind of clear up the hook eye and make it look not quite as messy. Now I'm going to take some, these are I believe 1/8 inch yellow adhesive eyes, and I'm going to put them kind of right over those thread wraps, just behind it, wherever, doesn't really matter. Those are right behind the thread wraps that I tied down the the easy braid with. And then I'm going to take my UV glue. And this is some stuff that I just picked up not long ago. I got a kind of a sample pack of this stuff. It's made by Solares, not totally sure how to pronounce it. I've just been using it for a little while, and I will definitely be ordering more of this in larger quantities. It's fantastic stuff. It hardens up completely tack-free. There's no sort of oily residue behind. There's just nothing. And the sample pack that I got came with this one, which is the thin, and then a thing of the thick, and a thing of what they call flex. I haven't used the flex yet, but I've used the thin and the thick a lot, and nothing but good things to say about this. Grab a toothpick here, and I'm just gonna put some on here. Unlike a surf candy style fly, or you're not really forming the body with the resin. You're just kind of toughening it up, and so you don't have to worry too much about how it looks or getting the right profile or whatever, because I want to keep it thin anyway. So I'll just kind of put a bunch on there, and with this thin it'll kind of just soak right into the braid anyway. And then before I shoot it, I want to kind of pull it up and get it into place in this direction that I want here. Just a little bit more to make sure that the eyeballs are covered. If you don't cover the eyes, then they're eventually gonna pop off, and that annoys me. Like I said, it kind of just soaks into the braid though for the most part, so it's not a very difficult process here whatsoever. And if you have a rotary vise, you can just basically rotate the vise and let the glue kind of run around and get it where you want it, and then shoot it. That'll do. That's pretty much it. You can see it's got a real thin profile, which if you've ever seen a Sandlance, they're not thick at all. They're very thin, very snaky looking in the water. This one's about 3 inches. You can see how the darker materials kind of shines through the braid and the UV, giving it kind of a cool color. And pretty neat little fly, real easy to tie. And like I said, you could do this with bucktail, you could do it with Steve Ferrara blends, different flashes, different colors, however you like. Just a real simple process, and makes a real nice looking durable fly. So give this one a shot, add a few to your box, and they work for you. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching.